This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
And welcome in as you watch all over the world now what we do on radio every morning here at 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock in the East. We get started. Coffee, Country, and Cody. WSM Radio, the Acuff House on the Grand Ole Opry Plaza. That's our home. That's Kelly Sutton with entertainment here in just a little bit. Charlie Mattos, Andy Nye, our studio director. And hi to Tom, her dad, who is listening and drinking out of his Coffee, Country, and Cody mug. He finally got a mug. The man just all he wanted was a mug with the show logo on there. And
do we have that?
She found him one.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so she...
In the move, when we came from the old studio to the new studio, I don't know where some of that stuff ended up.
Yeah, morning, Tom, drink up.
Hi, Tom.
Yeah, it tastes better in that mug, doesn't it? And Jeff Roberts, Rock Solid Roberts, is upstairs in master control here at the Acuff House. And we're off to the Opry with Sam Bush and a tribute to Radio John Hartford, his hero, in just a little bit. But you're talking about a lot of famous folks this morning.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on this morning. In case you haven't heard, a few of those Taylor Swift concerts have been canceled. This was in Vienna, all because of a proposed terrorist threat. So we're going to cover some of that because that definitely is country music news. She's still country. We're going to claim her. Also, Lauren Elena just reaching out and saying thank you after the passing of her dad. So she went to social media and just said, it's been a rough while for me, but I want to say thank you to everybody that reached out. Old Dominion drops something huge on all of us. 31 songs called Odies But Goodies, which I absolutely love the play on words. I'll give you the rundown of that. And Jordan Davis, watch out for him the next time you go to one of his concerts. He might be sitting beside you.
More Coffee, Country, and Cody is on WSM.
And we welcome, just ahead of his Grand Ole Opry debut in a few hours, tomorrow night he will be there. Charlie Mattos hosts the Opry. Evan Honer, welcome to Coffee, Country, and Cody and the historic Acuff House on the Grand Ole Opry Plaza, just across the way from where you'll be in a few hours.
Thank you so much. Honored to be here.
Get that mic up close to you there.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know what I did to it to try to make it better, but
is this how you want it? Or no?
It's a new mic technique. We mic at the chest. We want that heartbeat.
I was like,
okay. Perfect.
That's crazy.
And on your way to the Opry and from there to Middlesboro, Kentucky, Asheville, North Carolina, Atlanta, Georgia, Oxford, Mississippi, Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Ton of other dates.
All in the days ahead. And you're a newcomer to Nashville.
Yes.
You were sharing with us off the air.
Yeah, been here for 3 months. It's been awesome so far, yeah.
Did you move here from Arizona?
Yes, Arizona, yeah.
Surprise, Arizona.
Surprise, Arizona, yeah.
Where did it get its name?
Surprisingly, I actually do know this because I had to do it for like a paper in school. But there was the founder of Surprise. Her name was like Flora May Statler, said, and I quote, I would be surprised if this town ever amounted to much. And they called it Surprise. That's what actually...
Now, there's a chamber slogan right there, buddy.
Yeah.
I love that.
And honestly, it did amount to a good amount. It's a pretty good town.
Suburban Phoenix, would you say?
Yeah,
Northwest of Phoenix, anyway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and a gorgeous part of the country if you like the desert landscape.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
It's spectacular.
It's interesting to have a lawn to mow now because I've never... my backyard and everything has just been rocks or dirt or everything. So it's nice to have grass.
They have a name for that. It's called Xeriscape.
Yeah,
when you have like a desert backyard.
Yeah. Well, the one time I remember not the one time, but the first time I ever flew into Arizona, it's really easy to spot the golf courses, even from 30,000 feet. They stick out like a sore thumb, So I'm curious, for a lot of people, playing the Opry is a great bucket list, especially if you're a singer-songwriter. But I'm curious, with your past in athletics, was the Olympics ever a bucket list for you growing up?
So, and the backstory is you were a diver at Cal Baptist, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, correct. Yeah, definitely. Olympics were definitely my goal growing up. I was like, honestly, right now would have been like my shot at it. And the last Olympics, 2021, was like they did a Zoom meet. So I did that, and then I needed like a score. I like came up short literally by it needed 380 was the score. I had 369, so I came up short on that side. And then that was and then music became so much more important to me. And it just became like everything that I thought about, and I was like obsessed with it.
So you were doing both?
I was doing both.
Yeah.
And it was like diving was like the main thing that I wanted to do, and then like music came, and I was doing both at the same time, and then music was just like completely surpassed like diving, and that's all I wanted to do.
I have to know, how do you practice? Is it trampoline? Like, how do you, because I'm watching and I'm like, once you're up there, there's one way down, unless you're going back down, the ladder. So is it on trampoline when you start to practice like flips?
There are, we do a good amount of trampoline stuff. We do a lot of on mats. But really it comes down, it's like a lot of reps of the dive that you're trying to do. So it's just doing so many of them until you get like the muscle memory of knowing exactly when to kick out. And that many tries definitely leads to like a lot of like flops, we call them, or smacks or whatever like that. So most of the time it's really just reps of the dive, like doing the preps for the dive, landing on your feet in the water, and then doing the actual one where you land on your head and go in. So
That's crazy.
Mentally it's tough too, I would think, because in swimming it's pretty obvious, the fastest one wins. The timer tells you, there's no debate. But with diving, it's all degree of difficulty, and then you're in the hands of the judges, and it's such a human element to a sport that a lot of other sports there's no human element.
Oh yeah. As soon as you step on the platform or the springboard, you are judged on like how you look and like how you present yourself and how you stand and everything like that, and like right away you're just in the hands of the judges, and it's definitely the most mentally difficult thing that I've done.
What's your highest dive? The platform?
It's 10 meters, so it's like 32.5 feet or something like that. Yeah.
So it's like going up 3.5 stories in a building and jumping off, essentially, right?
I'm doing a 3.5 flips.
Well, you
nothing.
recently came to the Grand Ole Opry, but as the guest of a guy who was playing the Grand Ole Opry. Give us the backstory on that. I thought it was interesting because you had worked with him that afternoon on a song, and you said, "Hey, you want to go to the Opry?"
Yeah, I've been a big fan of Charles Wesley Godwin for a long time, and it worked out. He was on the road, or he was coming up from whatever show, and in the morning we just we worked on a song that I don't even know how it came about, but my manager talked to his manager or whatever, I don't know, and we had a great time. He's such a nice guy, and he was playing the Opry, so I figured that would be the perfect first show for me to see, and he crushed it, and everyone else on the bill crushed it as well. And it was so cool. It got me a little nervous, honestly, like being in the crowd, like, but it was really cool to see.
How was the announcer that night, out of curiosity? Was she okay? Or,
it was all right.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
What?
Yeah. Now, the guy tomorrow night, I've heard he's phenomenal. So.
Listen, I will tell you, Charles Wesley Godwin, that was the first time that the whole band played with him.
Yes.
At the Opry. So that was like the debut for his band.
Yeah.
And it was just out of this world. I mean, he's phenomenal, but having the entire band with him, that was an experience.
Yeah,
it was really
his
cool.
band is so much fun. They're incredible. I got to see them I've seen them like 3 or 4 times now. So
They are.
Do you know Aaron Ratier by chance?
I do, yeah.
'Cause he was a swimmer at Colgate. Did you know that?
I did not know he was a
that's how
swimmer
he
at
got
Colgate.
to college, was on a swim scholarship.
Everyone knows Aaron. How is that possible?
Well, the great thing is you watched from front of house, so you were out in the crowd. So you actually have a feel that it is a radio show. I mean, there's commercials, and you see all the set changes and stuff. I think for an artist who's never been and they only hang backstage, it just feels like a really quick 2-song concert. But the fact that you got the feel for the whole thing, you get it, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And the view from the audience and the view from backstage, it's like you're in 2 different buildings.
Yeah.
Sure.
Everybody wants to be backstage. The front of house is so much better than backstage.
I totally agree. Every time I'm at a concert, like they're in like the suite or whatever, like I try to get to the pit like immediately, honestly. It's just such a better experience in my opinion.
More coffee, country, and Cody is on WSM.
Evan Honer is guesting on the show this morning on his way to the Grand Ole Opry. His debut is tomorrow night. Opry Country Classics tonight. That starts at 7 o'clock, hosted by Larry Gatlin and the Brothers. Rhonda, she was in earlier this week talking about, she was very excited. Rhonda Vincent is going to be the spotlight artist. So in knowing you were coming, I found this introductory piece from Holler, the website. The first time Evan Honer performed at an open mic, he had nightmares for an entire week before the gig. In 2022, he received 3 definitive no's on American Idol, being told to stick to diving by country artist Luke Bryan. No one else in his family is even remotely musical. Against all odds, he's managed to tap into the country and folk music scene with the speed of either an industry plant or prodigy.
Oh.
That's crazy throwing those 2 words out there.
We're going to go industry plant.
So, Charlie, you were curious about the American Idol moments.
Yeah, because, that could either be inspiring in a way. It's like, well, okay, you're wrong, and I'm going to show you. Or it could be horribly deflating.
100%. Yeah. I think, right after that happened, the next 2 months, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't, pretty devastated, honestly. Because, a part of me was, trying to convince myself, I don't need that show, but another part of me was why didn't it work out? So it was me trying to convince myself that I didn't actually need the show until I started to believe it, I feel like. And then I just kept writing, kept releasing, I kept playing in front of whoever would listen, and then eventually things started to work out better than American Idol.
Well, just on Spotify, never mind Amazon Music or Apple Music, I counted about 16 million streams on the new record, so somebody's liking it. Those 3 did not, but 16 million are, right?
People,
so
that's another thing that, it's just...
And the title track is perfect for what you just described, and that's Fighting For.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fighting for, and I'm just not clear exactly always what I'm fighting for, but for something, and that's kind of that's the premise. Yeah.
Did you already have a pretty thick skin? I mean, we were talking about how the judges judge you in diving, and it is very subjective. So you probably had to put that part in the mental part of your brain that's this is just another, they're subjective and they're judging me. How do you deal with that and moving on? How did you get past that?
It was tough because I already don't do well with a lot of opinions and stuff like that. But I think it was just me really trying to, and I'm still learning this, but betting on myself on whatever it is, because it's just 3 people's opinion, and they may be 3 of the most the biggest artists in the world, but it really is just 3 people's opinion. Mm-hmm. And I don't hold them to it. It's totally fine. But
you're not going to send this clip to Luke Bryan and be like, "Hey man, I'm on the Opry. Where are you right now?"
No. I think
you could.
Yeah. No, don't send that.
That would be kind of great. Yeah. I think we should tag Luke in it.
Are you all friends with him? Or?
Yes, we are.
Maybe not.
He would think it was funny. I think he would.
Blake Shelton would think it was really funny.
Would love it.
I don't think.
Just do the voice.
Let's go through all of them.
There you go. That's awesome.
Well, I know your dad's music included James Taylor and Jim Croce and the Eagles, and you like that. But you were working at AT&T, and somebody told you about the guy that turned out to be Tyler Childers.
Yeah.
And it was a game changer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was in Minnesota. My best friend told me about I was just working this job right out of high school at first summer, and I really hadn't got into traditional country music or anything like that until I heard my friend told me about Tyler Childers, and right away I had never felt that way from someone else's lyrics, the way I've never felt that connected to someone's lyrics, and just the way that he uses words and everything like that was a complete game changer for me. And I just wanted to I wanted to recreate that at first, just try to create my own lyrics and stuff like that. So just he's such a big inspiration, and because he's an incredible artist and always pushing the boundaries, and his sound is always evolving, and just an incredible artist.
I want to go back to Mr. Myers. Who was Mr. Myers that inspired that song? There had to be somebody, because it's so well written and so personal.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's definitely heavily inspired by my grandpa, and I think it was after his wife passed away, it was pretty clear for all of us to see that like nothing was really the same for him, and
you referred to her in the song, the lyric, as my only person. I think was the
exactly,
line in there,
yeah.
which I thought was beautiful.
Yeah, and yeah, it seemed like he was kind of just counting down the days till he could see her again, and I think it's just like it's such a like losing your soulmate is I don't know, I can't even describe that, but yeah, it was only person. It was difficult to see that after she passed, like just how it was for him, and it was just.
I love the Oldsmobile line at the beginning where he said, "Quit making these in 2002." I think was the line of the song.
Yeah, he
drove an Oldsmobile.
I drove an Oldsmobile as well. It was his Oldsmobile. I drove it for high school for a good amount. Yeah.
Oh, I grew up driving my dad's Oldsmobile Delta 88.
Oh, my mom had that car.
Oh, well, that's a chick magnet, man. You in high school, you driving a Delta 88. Yeah. I mean, the women are just coming to you, man.
I experienced the same thing.
We're going to close with 1,000 Times from the new album, which is available wherever you get your music. Fighting For is the title of the album. His name is Evan Honer.
All right, well, let's talk about Jordan Davis. He's out on tour. It's called the Damn Good Time Tour. He's got Ashley Cook and Mitchell Tenpenny out on the road with him. Y'all, Jordan, he cracks himself up, and it made me laugh too. He decided he was going to go incognito and go out and sit in the seats for the very first people that come in and start talking to them as if he's just a fan, questioning them who they're there to see. So take a look at this.
Y'all here for Mitchell? Mitchell and Ashley? Mitchell and Ashley? Well, I'd say this. After Tenpenny, you might as well leave. The headliner sucks. I like the Luke Bryan song, but... What's that? I'm not.
You look like me.
Who is playing?
Jordan Davis.
Gotcha. He has that one song with Luke Bryan, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I just got drugged here by my girlfriend. Could be fun, though.
Yeah.
Just got drunk here by my girlfriend.
Yeah.
He keeps saying stuff like, yeah, I'm just here for Mitchell Tenpenny. I'm here, my girlfriend drugged me here. And who are you guys here to see? And they're like, oh, yeah, I like Mitchell. And he's like, yeah, well, the headliner kind of sucks. Well, and one of the clips at the very end, he says, well, you don't want to stay for the headliner. I mean, he's not very good. And she goes, are you kidding me? And I was like, wow, you need to reward that fan. She didn't realize it was you. And she basically turned and looked at you like, what? Are you nuts? But I thought that was pretty funny. So be on the lookout if you're going out to the Damn Good Time Tour and you see someone who suspiciously looks a lot like Jordan Davis, but has on a hat and a wig and some shades. It's Jordan Davis. He's just being silly. Morgan Wallen has released some new music. This is one that he put on social media kind of out of the blue. Nobody was expecting it, and it sounds very different from the songs that we've heard from him in the past. Take a listen.
It was good to see you smile, even if it was just for the picture.
Isn't that different? That's so different than what we've heard from Morgan in the past. So
He wants this, the Vince Gill phase he's going through.
It kind of gives me it gives me like Noah Kahn vibes, really. I mean, it's out there and I like it. It's a different turn for him. So if you want to hear it, it's available now. It's on his Instagram.
And what's the name of it?
I'm not sure. It just it's untitled. So I mean, if you're going by the lyrics, it says just to see you smile, even if it was just for the picture. So I don't know if it's called Just for the Picture or To See You Smile.
Give it a name. You give it a name.
I am gonna call it.
Get the publishing on that.
Just for the picture. Just for the picture is the name on it. I'm going to get the trademark on it right now, and I'm going to get some money, honey. So this is really kind of scary, but interesting. Taylor Swift has 3 concerts that were canceled. This was in Vienna, Austria. She was supposed to be performing tonight, tomorrow night, and Saturday night, but they had a terrorist threat that apparently was credible enough that they said, no, we don't want to put anybody in harm's way. So all of those stops have been canceled. And you know people have got to be very upset about that. Not only were there people that were there that I'm sure were going to the concert, but so many Americans I know have gone overseas to see her. So those just called off. They said it's too much of a risk with 65 to 80,000 people would have been inside that arena. And they just said, we can't risk that. 3 people have been arrested in connection with that, but we'll get more details on that as it comes out. And one more story for you. Old Dominion, they are dropping something big on us September the 6th. Oldies but goodies, but it's not oldies, it's odies but goodies. 31 songs from
See
Old
what
Dominion.
You did there.
I know, it's brilliant. I can't wait.
This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
More Coffee, Country, and Cody is on WSM.
From our A-Cup House studio home on the Grand Ole Opry Plaza, one of the neat things is we look out the window onto the plaza, we see the ticket office. And I love it when I see, like just now, a family of 3, mom, dad, little boy. They come out that door. They got their Opry tickets. They got a smile a mile wide on their faces as they come. it's everybody who comes out. It's the same sort of thing, repeated over and over. And Opry Country Classics tonight, 7 o'clock. Your next chance to be a part of the Opry. Larry Gatlin hosts, brother Steve and Rudy alongside with spotlight artist Rhonda Vincent, Wade Hayes, Gene Watson, Carter Faith, and we'd love for you to be there too. I'll be helping. Keep it between the lines, Larry. Just keep it between the lines.
Do you get paid extra for that?
I'm the rumble strip. That, in Tennessee where we have that thing on the side of the road that alerts you if you're sleepy.
Where is it? There's somewhere if you go at a certain speed over them, it plays a song. The rumble, the way that they've mapped out the rumble strips, they're different notes. And if you hit it at just the right speed, it plays a song.
But you're talking about the strips on the way into the Opry House.
No, that's when you hit a musician.
I'm talking about the interstate system with
the
graded, what do they call that?
That's the wake up strip.
Yeah.
When you've gone to sleep.
I know what you're
like,
talking about.
Whoa.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's hilarious. Okay, well, good luck with that.
Oh.
If you don't do that, then you're missing out. That needs to happen. Let him know. Or you could have like those things where they're landing the plane. Yeah. Whenever he's talking too much, just go out with him like, hey, come on, Larry, let's go.
Yes, gotcha.
Right up in here and hold. That's it. Okay, well, we want to say hello, good morning, and we're sending all of our love to Lauren and Lena. And she is just reciprocating all of that love back to her fans. You might remember she lost her dad just randomly. She posted on social media that her dad passed away unexpectedly, and it was back in July. So she has now come back to social media. She said, thank you. I just can't think of much else to say right now other than thank you. Thank you to everyone who has checked in on me and continued to show up for me. Thank you to Jason Aldean and Brittany Aldean and your team for treating me like family. Thank you to my husband for being the arms that are holding me together all day and all night long. And thank you to my brother and sister for their beautiful babies and the FaceTimes that have helped make me smile and bring me comfort in any way you can. So yeah, still just going through it, but it's been a while since she posted. It was July 24th was the last time, and that was when she just said, I lost my dad and I'm going to take some time. So she's been away from the road, but she's coming back now and she'll be back out on the road. Of course, you can keep up with Lauren on Instagram, and we're just still sending her all of our love because she is just such a wonderful, bright light, and you hate to see anybody going through something like that. All right, Morgan Wallen has some new music, everybody, and he's posted it on Instagram, and the fans are going nuts because it's really unlike anything he's done before. Take a listen.
I can't remember the last time you looked as sappy as you did tonight. When your tipsy friend grabbed that bartender, Gave him her phone and pulled us over there with her. He counted to 3, and baby, I haven't seen inside of you in forever. I hate it's the truth, but baby, you never do. We're alone together, but it was good to see you smile. Girl, you know it's been a while.
Isn't that pretty? I really dig this.
Yeah.
So we're not sure exactly what the name of the song is yet. He did not have a name listed. I think we're going to go with Good to See You Smile.
That's a fair guess, I think.
What do you think?
Yes.
Okay, we'll put that out there. So Morgan Wallen, New Music. And we have breaking country music news from my correspondent in the field, Annie Nye, who has been keeping an eye on what's happening in country music. Kelsey Ballerini has announced a new album will be out October 25th. It's called Patterns. That's a very little bit of applause.
It's the golf clap. I don't have.
Hey, we haven't heard it yet. Don't get too excited.
I've heard some
She
of
may
it.
disappoint.
I've heard some of it. And it's really good. So the picture that she posted is she's sitting on piles and piles of luggage. I can only assume that that means there's a lot of baggage that we're about to unpack with this album. October 25th, and she's going to be releasing one of the songs tonight at midnight. So new song from her and new album coming on October 25th. I knew it was going to be happening in October. I didn't have a date until this very minute. So this is what we do. We stay on top of breaking country music news for you, me, and my eyes in the field. So we've got you covered. Don't worry. If something breaks, we won't fix it. We'll just bring it right to you. Okay, one more story for you that we'll tell you about is Old Dominion. They are giving us something special on September the 6th. I'm very excited about this. It's called Oldies but Goodies. That's so cute. 31 tracks on this album. So Matthew Ramsey just basically said, you know what? We believe in the power of a song and taking that song out to where people could hear it, feel it, maybe even be in it. We just did it for fun. And then we realized an awful lot of people were loving the songs. Now we're going to give you the ones not just on the radio, but the songs that were never even going to be singles. So you're going to get all kinds of really cool stuff on here, including, are you ready for this? A cover of Johnny Lee's #1 hit, Looking for Love.
How about that?
It's all coming to you on September 6th. Again, 31 tracks. And some of your favorites are on there. Hotel Key, I Should Have Married You, which I totally love. Break Up Now, Snap Back, Wrong Turns. They're all on there. But then there are a few that you may not know unless you're a real Old Dominion fan. And I also find it the timing is key because they are going to be opening their new bar, Odie's, around the same time. In fact, here's what the guys had to say about it.
I feel like Trevor's probably going to live there.
Yeah, I really lobbied for having a place that I could stay there. Didn't happen, but the green room does have some of the amenities that might allow me to be there most of the time.
We are honestly trying to build it as a place that we would want to be. There's a lot of ways you can approach something like this, but whenever we make music, we're trying to make music that we like, and that has worked well for us. So we're trying to do the same with the bar.
There you go. Look for it soon. Odie's will be opening just in Midtown Nashville, and that new huge project, Odie's But Goodies, will be out on September the 6th.
So don't make music that you don't like. That's the moral of the story.
Yeah, you got to sing it all your life. May as well sing songs you like, right?
That's a very true story.